We did have questions on there, so I guess you're just going to have to send questions to Robert today, and we'll be back on schedule, unless I can bring it up here. But my email address is discountgoldandsilver@yahoo.com, and you can use that email address for all your gold and silver coin needs and questions for the program. Since I cannot give you prices on the metals today, we're going to have to give that chore to Robert Chapman of the International Forecaster. Good afternoon.
No.
Yes. I don't know. It just a few minutes prior to the program, I went to get to the my pages, my numbers, and to get the prices for gold and silver, and it just quit.
Well, you have more trouble with computers, that's for sure.
Well, a week ago we were hacked and into the radio page, and I don't know if this has anything to do with it or not. I don't think so. In fact, they got us our own server and everything, and they moved it around because people had, a few people, not everybody, but just a few people had problems, and so we fixed that problem, and so I can't imagine that would continue, but obviously something's going on. Guess I need to marry a computer guy.
Wow. I mean, do you really want to go through that again?
Just to have my computer fixed?
Well, the price of gold is off about $4, and silver is up about 9 cents in the August month, which is still trading and will for another almost an hour. And I don't have the rest of it. The Dow is up 370, and it should have been off 75 points, but we have the magic of the United States government taking care of the market, so we get what they give us. And I was watching a program here, Dylan Radigan on MSNBC, and he's got Attorney General for the state of Michigan on, and that'll make the 10th state, which is going to join Arizona in their anti-illegal immigration, and they're talking in terms of over 30 states joining them. People are livid. The two surveys I saw, one was 90%, the other was 94% to back Arizona. And that's pretty clear cut with the president screaming and yelling that we got to legalize these people. I mean, you talk about the wrong thing at the wrong time politically. We're within 3 months of an election. Let's see, 12, it's about 14, 15 weeks. It's not very long. And at the governor's conference, the Democrats are jumping up and down because they say that they can't get reelected because the public wants the illegal immigrants out of the country. And because they're taking jobs, if for no other reason, they're costing a fortune. And somebody was just telling me, I was on with in Nevada, that there's a hospital in Las Vegas that I guess the county owns it, and people who need emergency treatment go there. And because of the illegal aliens going there, they're losing so much money, they're willing to give the whole hospital away. Give it away. And so that's how bad it's become. And of course in California there's hundreds of hospitals that are closed in the last 10 years. I mean, you look at 72% of live births in LA County are to citizens is pretty striking. And one of the things I noticed that 68% of Mexican Americans want these people sent back from where they came from. And I think probably it's basically they waited in line to get in, and now they're mad at these other people who didn't, and they work for less money, the illegals will, and that cuts them out of jobs. And the people who hire them, just compounding the problem. And it's interesting, and the Tea Party is climbing all over it. In fact, they've got signs up with Hitler and Stalin, along with the President of the United States, socialism, fascism, etc. And I know where they got those ideas from, because we were doing posters like that back in the 60s. In fact, I still think I get some of them. And in fact, they were very effective. And sometime we don't have anything else to talk about, I'll tell you all about it. It was extremely effective, a real mind blower. But we got a few questions here today. At least I got some. And I'll ask Judy to check as we go along here to see if she gets any new ones. Hello, Melody, and your assistant, Bob. What would prevent gentlemen agreements between citizens and small corporations to loan rather than sell coins? Isn't this what big banks and central governments do now during bullion transactions? If so, there must not be any law against the practice, even if it seems unusual. No. What do you think, Melanie?
Well, there aren't very many gentlemen anymore and gentlemen agreements anymore. But you know what, Bob? I know it's in reference to the law that was pushed through in this health care bill. And I was reading another article where, you know, the IRS is going to have to be brought in on this, and they're going to have to make their own rulings because they're the ones that are going to be dealing with all this paperwork. But also, the article I was reading was talking about business to business. I mean, it certainly wasn't talking about retail. And that's certainly where, you know, people who buy gold and silver coins when they're purchasing anyway are retailers. So, you know,
every single transaction of any kind in the United States of $600 or more has to file a 1099.
Well, they can't do it.
Well, they have to do it under the law.
Well,
and
the whole
first
point
of all,
is,
I think what's going to happen if countermanding legislation isn't passed, I think people will just say, no, we won't do it.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, I was reading where, you know, a small business is doing about, you know, 10 to 20 1099s at the end of the year, and doing his business to business, it increased it, you know, to over 200 and 300 to 200 to 300 1099s that he's going to have to produce, and those are just small businesses. So, I mean, to me, I don't think, you know, it's not feasible. I think what it is, they put it in there, and they will adjust it, and, you know, you're going to see changes on this. So, what those changes might be, of course, is never usually in the good of the public. So.
Well, because of the data collection aspect
it can't be
of
done.
It just can't. But that's why the government wants it. They want to know everybody who's doing everything about anything, whether it's buying a new lawnmower or.
But I did see further analysis on it, and it was just talking business to business. So, you know, there's a lot of it that has to be defined, and I think a lot of it has been, you know, interpreted, and opinions have been generated. So, you know, the bottom line is I think you're going to see a lot of changes done in this. Do I think they'll exempt coins? I don't know. You know, but I think they're going to have to do something, Bob, because like you said, there's no way they can track that paperwork. Let me correct that. They'd have to generate a lot of jobs to do that.
Well, that's impossible. And you know, people are lining up all over the world who have lived in countries for 5 or more years, and that's usually the criteria, who have dual citizenship. They're lining up to get rid of their American citizenship, and it's gotten so bad that the U.S. government is now charging $450 for you to quit being an American. I mean, it's unbelievable. But, you know, don't you people there think you can run out and do that, because you got to have an alternative passport. And that means you got to become a citizen of another country and before you can get rid of the